And so they said, why don't you try this, B? And nobody would give me a job. So I thought, well, why not? I'll just go ahead and give it a try. And it was a product company. It was one of those lotions and potions and pills type deal. And I quickly figured out I absolutely knew nothing about what I was doing and completely failed at it for the first 6 to 7 months and decided to go educate myself. Well, in the meanwhile, a young man had just started with Paycation about 4 months after it got started, and he had bought some product from me in my previous company, and he said, you need to look at this. And when I saw Paycation, the one thing that I saw was that I could get not just discounts, but commission back on my own travel, and I'd be able to write it off on my taxes. Well, here in the United States, that is a big deal. So immediately I saw where this company would put about $3,000 to $5,000 in my pocket if I did nothing but just sign up with Paycation and use it for tax purposes. So I got in, and I wasn't even trying to build Paycation. I was still thinking about my other company. And so what I did was I just told everybody in the world, hey, you need to do this because you can earn commission back on your travel and write it off on your taxes. And I talked to a ton of people because I just saw the value in that, and I wasn't even planning on building Paycation, and had 6 people sign up immediately into the business. 6 people within my first 30 days. And it was so much better than the other company I was in. I decided to just stay involved in Paycation, and it just kind of grew from there. So that's my Paycation story, JoJo. I've now been here a little over 2 years, going on year number 3, and have reached Diamond. And if all keeps going as is, should be bringing in a little around $100,000 by the end of this year. So I've hopefully going to be up to my 6-figure mark. Um, so anyway, I have a little slideshow for you guys because you all, this is your mindset training, and I hope I can show you some things that you've never seen before in mindset. So I'm going to turn off my webcam if I'm doing this right, and I'm going to share my screen and go to my slide. Now there's a delay, so it's going to take a minute for the slide to get big. But one of the things, you guys can connect with me on Facebook if you want. I have a business page. It's Picou Business on Facebook. Feel free to jump over there. I do Christian-based business counseling, and not even counseling, but just I try to throw some Christian-based nuggets out there. But you know, a lot of people study mindset, and there's basically 2 things that govern, in my mind, and what I've seen and what I've read, that actually govern what you get out of what you do. And it doesn't matter if you're in network marketing, it doesn't matter what you're in. These are 2 laws of this world that you really can't get out of, and a lot of them are biblically based. And you know, if you don't read the Bible, that's cool. It's all right. Don't worry about it. But it is the wisdom of the ancients, and there's a lot of good nuggets in there. So the first thing is, you know, you reap what you sow. And you people have heard the law of attraction. You've probably read Think and Grow Rich, and all that has to do with you reaping what you're sowing. So, you know, we all know that you reap what you sow in your actions, right? So if you go kill somebody, you're going to go to jail. More than likely, not unless you're really good at it and then you can get away with it. But most people that go and murder somebody are going to jail. So you're going to reap what you sow there, right? Now, another thing you reap is your words. I bet you didn't know that. So your words carry a lot of power. Your words mean a lot. So you got to be careful about what you say and how you say it. We should all be reaping kindness. Kindness with our teams, kindness with new people that we're talking to, kindness with our families, kindness in everyday life. We need to be using words that edify people. We need to be using words that build us up. We don't need to be saying things like we're stupid or we're worthless or we can't do this or we can't do that, because whatever you say, you're going to reap it back into your life. And this is all mindset. So words, watch your words, because you will go in the direction of your words. Your thoughts, another area that most people don't understand is your absolute thoughts will cause you to move in the direction of whatever you're thinking. So you may have just gotten into vacation and you may be thinking, well, I'm just going to try this and see if it works. Well, if you're on the try and see if it works basis, then your thoughts are going to go to, do you believe it's going to work or do you believe it's not going to work? If you're in the I'm going to try this and see if it works, you're in the non-believing category. So it is not going to work for you. Whatever you think, if you think you are living in lack, if you think you are living in luxury, if you think you're living in poverty, you're going to reap that. If you think you're living in wealth, you're going to reap that. If you think you're going to have a bad day, you're going to have a bad day. If you think you're going to have a good day, you're going to have a good day. Now just watch it. Then I think one of the things that you can do is just watch the people around you. Watch the people on your team. Watch the people who talk negative, who say negative things, and just look at their lives and see if their lives aren't negative. And then look at the people who say positive things. And I bet you $1 million their lives are going a whole lot better than the ones that are negative. Another thing is beliefs. We're going to talk more about beliefs here in a second. But beliefs are the key. Your beliefs and your feelings. So it's one thing to have a thought or say a word or an action, but if you are feeling, let's say if you're feeling happy, you're going to reap more things that make you happy. If you are feeling jealous or envious or negative or dissatisfied or grumbling, you are going to reap more things in your life that create that situation of feeling jealous and envious and dissatisfied. When you see somebody in vacation, let's say you see somebody that's a diamond, don't be jealous. Let's say you signed up before somebody else, and who you just recruited ends up becoming diamond. Don't be jealous about that, or envious, or competitive. What you need to do is be joyous and be thankful and celebrate the accomplishments of the people that may go faster than you or be better than you in the business, that they just get to a place that you want to go a little bit sooner. Because if you're negative and if you're jealous and if you're envious, then those are the things that you're going to reap in your life. You're going to see your team start to shrink. And I have seen this. I have seen this within my own organization. I have seen people that were jealous and envious and talk negatively about their teammates and wouldn't do things to support their sideline partners, and their business shrank. And I've seen people that are very giving and loving and very helpful to their sideline partners, and their businesses have flourished. So you will absolutely reap how you feel about other people. You will reap how you feel every day. Let's say, some people get up and they stump their toe getting out of bed in the morning. So they're like, oh man, this is going to be a horrible day. They go into the bathroom, the toothpaste goes haywire, or the toilet paper roll falls off the roll and goes across the floor, or they're late for an appointment. It just escalates, and they keep feeding on that, and more things come into their day that are negative. But if you get up and you say, thank you for this wonderful day, I'm happy, and you make it your intention to be happy, to be successful, to feel successful, believe you're going to be successful, then you're going to have a successful day. So let's jump over to belief. Now, one of the things a lot of people do is people get into this mindset stuff and they're like, well, I'm just going to read out a bunch of affirmations. So they get a goal and they say, well, I am so happy and thankful that now I'm a national diamond, or I am a national diamond, or I am going to make $200,000 next year, or I am successful, or I am wealthy, or I am whatever. You have your list of affirmations. If you don't believe your affirmations, if you don't believe them, then they're worthless. Now let me tell you a little story. Holton Bugs is with a company called Organo Gold. I think he's like the second leading money earner. The guy makes 1.3 million a month or something like that. It's incredible money. He's in network marketing. And remember when I told you that I completely failed in my first 8 months in network marketing, or 6 months, and I went and invested in my education. Well, one of the things I did was I watched a lot of videos on YouTube of $1 million earners, and I watched them, and I downloaded them, and I listened to them over and over and over again, because one of the beliefs that I had to build was a belief that network marketing can make $1 million earner out of you. It could give me what I wanted. I also had to believe when I signed up with Paycation that Paycation was the vehicle that could get me there. There's two beliefs for you. Now back to the affirmation things. In Holton Buggs. Holton Buggs, when he started out in Organo Gold, well, before that, he had only made $500 in his first 9 years in network marketing. And he went and got some mindset training. He learned from a guy named Shad Hemstedler in this book. I think it's What Do You Say to Yourself, something like that. I can't remember exactly the name of the book. But you can find the Holton Buggs video on YouTube. Just Google Eric Worre, E-R-I-C. That's E-R-I-C. Last name is W-O-R-R-E. Actually, Eric has a lot of $1 million earner videos that you can watch. But what Holton did was he started talking to himself. Now he would say things like, "I am a $1 million earner. I am a $1 million," and he wasn't earning anything when he said this. And he kept saying it over and over. He said he would get in his car and he would be saying these things out loud in his car while he was driving around, and people would look at him thinking he was singing some song on the radio, but he was actually saying these things over and over again. Now, did that make him a $1 million earner? No. What happened was Holton said that he got to the point where he believed what he was saying. He was not a $1 million earner. He wasn't making hardly any money in network marketing, but he got to the point where he believed. So when he got to the point where he believed, that's when things changed. He would say things like, "Successful, motivated people are joining my team." But he believed it. You could say that all day long, but you have to get that belief inside you, and that's where things start to happen. In Christianity, we say you have faith, and you have faith in the unseen, because if you already had what you were wishing for or having faith for, then you don't need faith anymore, right? So if I'm having faith that my debt's going to be paid off, if my debt's already paid off, I don't need the faith. So you are believing in something that is unseen. But you got to believe in the unseen. So if you want to be diamond one day, you have to start believing you are diamond. You have to start believing that smart, successful people are joining your team. You have to believe that your team is growing. If it's not doing anything and you only have 2 people on your team, you have to believe. Now, you can say these things as an affirmation, but you need to believe that it is happening and it will be done for you. Faith is a verb. In the Bible, Jesus says, ask, believe, and receive. There's a scripture that says, ask anything in my name, believing that you have received it, and it shall be done for you. So, and there's no if you do this or if you do that. There's no caveat there as to what you have to do in order to get this, right? It is having faith means believing. Faith is actually a verb. It's not a noun. Faith is something you exercise. So as far as mindset goes, I mean, we can get into a lot of the subconscious mind and the conscious mind and all this stuff, and there's tons and tons and tons on this. But if you want to get down to the simple basics of really truly changing your mind and setting your mind, mindset means to set your mind and keep it set. So you want to set your mind on things that are good. You want to set your mind on things that are happy. You want to set your mind on prosperity. You want to set your mind on health. You want to set your mind on being diamond. And you want to start and believe, because when you believe, things will start and change. When you believe, your business will grow. When you believe, you will get healthy. When you believe, you can be healed. When you believe, all things are possible for you. So I know that's a really short version of mindset training, but it really comes down to those things that just watch what you say, watch what you think, be mindful of your thoughts, um, because you can counteract. Let's say you got up and you're like, I'm believing I'm diamond, and the next thing you have two people go in suspension on your team or drop off your team. You're like, oh man, I'm never going to get to diamond. Well, you just killed everything you just believed. You just you just took away all the good that you did. So you cannot look at the circumstances. You've got to do not pay attention to your circumstances. Um, and there's some scripture on that, Proverbs 3:5. It basically says, don't look at what's going on around you. Just keep believing, and what you believe in will actually start to happen for you. Now, it may take 4 months, it may take 4 years, but I truly believe for you that it will happen like it's happened for me. And if you just stay positive, and by all means, you sow what you want to reap in your life. You absolutely sow what you want to reap in your life. Sow it with your team, sow it with your upline, sow it with your sideline, and it will come back to you tenfold in your business. So I'm going to stop my screen share and get back. And hope I'm sharing my webcam. I hope that was helpful to you, and you guys enjoyed that. Jojo, can you hear me?
Wow, yes, I can hear you. I was listening very closely. Thank you so much. Can you hear me back?
Okay. Well, I'm going to give it back to you guys. Yeah, I'm sorry that was kind of short, but mindset, if you get into a lot of the details of mindset, it can be really, really, really extensive. Um, but what I would leave you guys with is go to Eric Worre, Ericwore, click on the videos, and then just watch interviews with million-dollar earners. It will build your belief, and that will help you get to diamond.
Wow.
So back to you, Jojo.
Oh, B, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And thank you for introducing yourself, showing a video. It's actually the first time that we've had it. So I guess we're going to have to request our future guests to show the video. And that's very nice. That's very nice. Good idea. And we appreciate that. And thank you for the effort for allowing us to hear from you, hear your story. And what we got from you, at least from what I heard from you, is that you actually failed in in your first 6 months in network marketing, and you just invested in education. And I think that's the key. Most people that are here, great people that are here in our webinar, is currently investing on education, hearing from someone like you with experience, and really is doing or doing what you're supposed to be doing, watching YouTube videos. And thank you for the tip. Some people who might not have watched Mr. Halton Bugs, you can watch him on video, and that's what I like about that. We celebrate each other's success, regardless of what company we're affiliated with. We are in the same pond. We're the same goal. We want just one thing, right? Whether it's time freedom or financial freedom or help somebody else. And regardless of what company the person is, as long as they're successful, we want to get the blueprint, the footprint. We're gonna get the blueprint of that and the footprint that they actually set out, and we just kind of like duplicate that and learn from that. So thank you so much for introducing that to us, and of course Eric Corey, and one of the icons in the network marketing, and a lot of us has been probably reading the books called GoPro by him. And I like the fact that when you said when you were introduced to Paycation by the guy who's bought some product from you from another company, well, and you weren't even planning to build the Paycation. So, but then you got 6 people or 6 partners in your first 30 days without planning to build. Guys, listen to that very carefully. B Picou didn't plan to build Paycation, only had 6 partners in 30 days, and went on to hit diamond. in the next few months, in her 2 years. Now you're going in your third year, and I believe you'll be, regardless of what you want to be, we can see right now, we can feel the goal right now. And I remember when we spoke over the phone, last week and earlier today, and big goal is really about going out there and helping people and developing ourselves and finding leadership in a lot of people that they deal with. So, and I'll take it, like you said, saying and believing should come together. And I guess this is a good learning part from us. And we love this Monday training, Monday mindset training, help us prepare for the week, meet people, and motivate ourselves and pass that motivation to a lot of people. And I'm not surprised we have more than 50 plus attendees today, and probably needing that motivation from someone else just like you. Thank you so much again. Not really wanted to extend it much. I like the short version. Don't get me wrong. The short version that you did is a quality training. It's a quality mindset training. So we love that. It's not about the quantity of training. It's about the quality that you can give us. So appreciate you, B. I hope to hear from you again. I'm sure we do. And thank you so much for all the leaders that are here. Too many for me to mention everyone. But of course, we have, regardless of rank, that you have in a company. I thank you for being here. Consider yourself diamond right now. Like Miss B. Picou said, you just have to accept it and believe it with affirmation. That being said, thank you so much. Have a good week. God bless everyone. This webinar is officially closed. Thank you.